Got Anne Tewksbury with. Hey, Anne, how are you?
Yes, good. How are you?
Doing well. First of all, have you ever heard the name Bob Tewksbury?
I haven't.
I think he's a golfer. Professional. When I first heard that name Tewksbury, this girl's probably really that professional golfer from back in the day. Now, is it just as much fun to pitch and hit? Are they both the same equality there, to be coming to the plate and also being on the mound? Are those equal opportunities, equal fun things to do?
I think so, but I don't know. There's something special about like pitching for me. I think I've just done it for so long and worked really hard on it. So being on the mound is a really great feeling for me.
Tall and kind of a lean build. Where do you get the power from for that work you do in pitching?
For me, it's really arm whip, I think, and like a long stride when I'm pitching, and so that really like creates the velocity and spin that I get on the ball.
When did you first pick all this up?
I started pitching as soon as you could, but I really started getting serious about it around like 7th grade. And so I started taking lessons, and I'd go once a week, and my dad would catch for me, and we had like a little setup in our basement, and so I would always pitch like a few times a week in there, and that's where I really started learning it.
Were they playing fast pitch back in middle school too?
Yes, they were.
Wow, serious business.
Yeah.
When you get older and you relax a little bit, maybe maybe in your middle years, would you ever slow down and join the church slow pitch softball team?
I think I would. I definitely want to keep softball around for a while.
So even if it's slow pitch, you'll stick with it and stay with the game.
Oh yeah.
As a senior, what's the softball experience been like the past 4 years at Northern Guilford for you?
Well, actually, I've only been here for 2.
2, okay.
Yes, so the other 2...
You came here from junior college. I'm just kidding, go ahead.
So, but being a part of Northern for my junior and senior year has been really great. So it's a great group of girls, really nice team, and they're really welcoming when I came here.
Did you move here from where?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
I thought it was Ohio. I was going to guess. I thought that you answered. I think I remember reading about coming from Ohio there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you came in kind of as an implant coming in here from out of state, and you were well accepted by the girls then.
Yeah, definitely.
I bet they were glad to see when they found out you could pitch like that.
Yeah, it was kind of nice because, I mean, Ashton was really like the only pitcher for a long time, and so it's nice we were able to like share time, and it was good because like as a pitcher you're like working really hard and you're pitching a lot, and so kind of sharing that time was a good thing for both of us, I think.
Do you feel like you've got some unfinished business now here this year as coming out of last year?
I think so. I mean, we're working really hard in practice and just individually trying to come together as a team to make the goal happen of getting to a state championship again and hopefully winning it this year.
Was it fun to be at UNCG last year? A very fun experience for you there?
It was.
Even with the losses, it still had to be a good experience as a junior, knowing you got that shot to come back and try to be back as a senior.
Yeah, definitely. It was an amazing experience being able to play on a big college field like that. So it was great.
Talk about your position and what it takes to get mentally prepared for a game, the mental preparation.
What do you mean by
getting the mindset ready for each game, kind of being mentally prepared going in? What's that like?
Well, I definitely think having a solid warm-up and definitely staying focused when I'm working in the bullpen with one of my catchers, Sydney Griggs or Mallory Price, have been doing a lot for us this year, and so just definitely staying focused in my warm-up and just trusting my pitches.
Do you have signs between you and the catcher that she calls pitches, you go with those pitches, or you just, how does that work?
Well, I talked to my catcher and my coach who actually calls the pitches between innings to talk about what's working, what's not, and kind of what we can change. But I get all my signs from my coach, and he calls them out, and we have an armband.
I got you. So is he calling the signs in the dugout for each pitch when you're on the mound?
Yes.
He doesn't relay up to the catcher, and she calls them. The coach calls them for the dugout. Then that's how it works.
Yes, he does.
Gotcha.
And so everyone has an armband so they know what's coming.
Interesting. And so it's kind of covered up a little bit. You got to kind of be careful that people don't figure that system out. There's a system to all this, isn't there? Definitely a system.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's tricky to figure out because it's kind of random numbers, so that's why we have.
What about with Coach Drug coaching third? Does he have big signs, man, down at third base when you're batting and at the plate? You're on the offensive end. A lot of signs down there too.
Yes. So same system. He kind of gives us the numbers, and we find them on our card, and we do what he tells us.
There's a lot of learning going on out here too, isn't there?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think every game we kind of figure out what we can improve on.
Right.
And what we can work on, then we fix it in practice. So.
Over the next couple of weeks, what's this team have to do to become the team that can win the state 3A title?
I think definitely continuing to work together and making things happen when we have runners on base. I think, too many times this year we've kind of left people on in scoring positions, and we could really get those extra runs. So I think that's definitely something that we will work on doing, and to make this little state championship dream happen again.
So you get your chance at the plate, you come up, a couple of girls on base. What's your approach there? You look around a little bit, do you try to find a spot, or you just hit away? How's it work?
Well, I do whatever my coach tells me to do, and I definitely just think, what would really help my team out right now. And so, when I'm up there getting ready to hit, I just try to clear my mind and think, like, help your team. Like, what can you do to help your team? And so that's really what I focus on.
What about this Northwest game? Hopefully you're going to play that game tomorrow on Friday. How big is that game?
It's pretty big. I know I moved here junior year, but I heard about it right away that, the Northern Northwest rival is definitely a big thing. So they're a really great team. So, I really hope we can, bring it tomorrow. And
would it be bigger? I mean, maybe you can tell us, maybe we'll think about this for a second. Would it be bigger to beat Northwest tomorrow, or maybe having beaten Eastern Alamance during the season? How big are those games?
Ooh.
Those are big.
That's a tough call. They're both really big games, but I definitely think, the conference, like, that definitely counts a lot. So, but both teams we definitely want to beat, and they're good competition.
Who starts tomorrow? I didn't ask Coach Durham. Probably should ask the coach this, but you probably know, being part of that very important two young lady pitching staff. Who starts tomorrow?
Actually, not quite sure yet. It's something you kind of, we kind of figure out once we get there. But
I gotcha. So once you get there, you arrive, or before the day of? How's that work? Any idea?
Yeah, it's usually the day of, but Ashton and I kind of switch off and stuff, and so.
Who started against Northwest back in early March? Did you start that night, or did Ashton? Do you remember? And I think both of you pitched that night, if I remember correctly. I think both of you worked that night. Yeah.
Both of us did. So I want to say I pitched most of the game, and then Ashton came in and finished it up.
Gotcha. Heck of a game that night.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a tough game.
Make for a great rematch. And the thing about it was the conditions will be so much better if you get this game tomorrow. It'll be like you're in the Bahamas or in the tropics compared to that night.
I know.
I don't usually say much, but that was a rough, cold night. That was a very cold night.
It was.
What would you say? You've only been here 2 years, but you can give us a little influence on this. The top fields in Guilford County, top softball fields you played on.
I'm trying to think. Honestly, I feel like our field is a really nice one.
Very good shape. It's fairly new too, yeah?
It is, yeah. And we have nice bullpens and a good hitting station. So I definitely like ours a lot. It's always like a really intense just feeling when we play Eastern Alamance. So that's kind of a...
Throw them out there too. They're a conference team, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So that's always just kind of a feeling when you get there. But
anybody else?
Can't recall one off the top of my head. But
who would you say are the top 4 teams in Guilford County? Some of the top teams. I know your team is among the top 4.
Yeah, I would definitely say us, Northwest. Trying to recall, I think Northeast usually does
much improved, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think of the 4th one. Those are I think us, Northwest, Northeast are definitely the top 3 that I can.
So interesting too, in your conference from our county, you've got yourself, Northeast and Eastern, and you beat both those teams pretty handily this year. It seems like some of your better competition actually comes from outside the county, like Eastern Alamance and Moorhead. Tough competition there.
Oh, definitely. I think so. In the conference, definitely Eastern, Alamance and Moorhead, and we played Orange, and we actually lost them in a tough game, and we played North Davidson's and some other
That's
tough
a good
teams,
competition, yeah. Other than the girls on your team, who would you say is the most feared player you've gone up against this season? Other than your team.
Yeah, I got to give some credit to Hannah Stoltner. I think she's definitely a tough player, and she's a really good pitcher, and so, it's always tough when we play them, but yeah, I would say she is.
Who's the girl from Northern Guilford that you would not want to face if you had to go up against her on the mound in a game? One of your Northern Guilford teammates. Who's the girl you say, I wouldn't want to go up against her?
Well, I think it would be tough hitting against Ashton, so give some credit to her, but I know Michaela Barracks is a tough player.
She'd be a very tough out then to try to get her out if you were pitching in, for sure.
Definitely, yeah, she's quick and always gets the bat on the ball, so good player.
What keeps this team together? What about the team bonding? You mentioned earlier too, it's got to be more about the team these days as you get further along toward the playoffs. What about the team bonding?
I think we have a great team relationship. are really like a tight-knit group of girls, and really like no drama or issues there. And so I think, you know, we just all get along so well, and that helps the team out on the field.
Think about Coach Durrell, Coach Russell Durrell. What has he and his staff done that have given your team the best chance to win softball games? What has the coach and the staff done to give you girls and Nighthawks the best chance to win these games?
I think what they really listen to, like what we think we need to work on, and so really I think just the relationship of, you know, talking about you know, what we feel as players that we need to work on helps them help us. And so definitely a lot of support in practice and games, and just a good relationship of communication.
Senior this year, where will you be next year?
I'll be at UNC Chapel Hill. So yeah, I'm planning on studying nursing, hopefully to become a nurse anesthetist.
And will you be playing softball there?
I might play club or intramural, but we'll see how that plays out.
So I guess the team softball, as far as for the Tar Heel softball, those days are probably gone by next year.
I think so.
Wow. So not going back to Ohio State at all, not going back there then?
No, I'm staying in North Carolina.
You like it here?
I do. I do like it here.
Friendly people, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
And look up Bob Tewksbury sometime to get a chance.
All right,
check his professional sports background. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And good luck tomorrow too. Be sure to play that game. We want to see that game tomorrow.
Thank you.
Anne's with us. We've got